This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome everyone to Morgantown, West Virginia, home to the West Virginia Mountaineers. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the NC State Wolfpack, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the West Virginia Mountaineers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. And the Mountaineers will kick it away to start. On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. And Jesse, they've got a running back that they love to feature in this if he is able to answer the challenge.
Yeah, and listen, this guy might not be a Heisman finalist, but he can break off long runs. And this defense, David, they better be ready. They better pack a lunch, show up today, and try to get hats to the football. Because if you come out here with your B game, he can run all over you.
And it's important for this offense, too, because they need to have balance on offense. They need the ground game to get going. He's capable. He's shown flashes. We just want to see it consistently.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24. NC State going up tempo. Running back searching for a hole. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Hunt is on its way. Makes a move. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. So the West Virginia Mountaineers offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And they are coming off a sensational performance led by this quarterback who's hoping he can build on things, Jesse.
Well, I know, having played the position, when you have a big game, you just can't wait to get back out there again and build on that performance. David, last time out, he was making the right reads. He showed off his arm talent. He had this offense moving up and down the field and finding the end zone. And you know he's excited to take on this defense today.
Yeah, and talking to the defensive coordinators coming into this football game, like, they're not going to do what happened last week. Like, you can't sit back and make the coverages easy for him to diagnose. He'll pick you apart like he did last week. Look for some change-ups and some curveballs for this defense.
Pulls and fires complete. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical, they're too fast, and they force a negative play.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a 3rd down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
Catches it at the 30. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Finds a tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. It has been a less than stellar start in ACC play, and now the mission is to try to keep this season from going down the drain.
Yeah, and you got to find new ways to motivate. You came into the season, you're probably like, hey, listen, we want to be ACC champs, and that dream is probably gone, but let's refocus, right, Jesse? It's really fun to be that team at the middle towards the end of the year, too, where you can play spoiler.
Yeah, it's all about building, too. Just one game at a time, and it just...
Gonna take a shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
NC State has work to do to convert this third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Still looking, on the move. He's going to be a little bit short of that first down marker, and this defense did a tremendous job not to lose contain on the scramble. So they're not comfortable with their field goal kicker from here, so the offense will go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down?
Nice job by the defense on fourth down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that fourth down play. Really good job by this defense.
They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Wants to go up top. Oh, they're after him. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
Lofts one high and deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Off the RPO, complete. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. NC State quick to the line. Trying play action. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
And sometimes these QBs, man, you just want them to hang in the pocket maybe just a little bit longer. It's third down. I got a little bit I got to get, and I think he pulls the football down, tries to make a play with his feet, but the defense does their job and forces the fourth down.
He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. This offense has been stagnant so far. 1-2-3 kick the last time they had the ball, and this time really needing to get a score. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Wants to fire on second down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up.
Really good coverage by the DB there, and even a better job of locating the football and then knocking it away.
The Mountaineers are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you get these quarterbacks and these offenses in 3rd and long and you know it's passing situations, man, KD bar the door, let's rush the passer, bring everybody. You know what's coming. Get after the QB, and you cause the fumble. Great 3rd down execution by this defense.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. Quick release on the RPO. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Second down, they'll go to the air. And he fires over the middle. It's incomplete.
Just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short.
Let's go! Let's go!
From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely. NC State going up tempo. He'll do it himself. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, NC State!
The defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Notre Dame notched a victory in enemy territory, and though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from South Bend is worth its weight in gold to the Golden Domers. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This Big Ten battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
Catch in the middle, it's Brown. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And that's the advantage of being a big wide receiver, because now you're a big target. And on these slant routes, you don't have to run the perfect route, but you can use your size and your physicality to get the job done almost every time.
They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. A strike downfield. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The give to the back. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Back to pass. Fears the pressure. Scoops it up. Still a live ball.
Great job by the defense forcing the fumble, but a bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Got room on the return. The interception stops the threat, and the return even better as he crosses midfield and gets it to the 49. We've reached the break. It's NC State on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. They'll run it from the gun. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. NC State quick to the line.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again. Back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
Throws to the wideout. Snagged in the middle. It's Walters. Touchdown, North Carolina State! A great catch and run for 6.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open, and he was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Off play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
They've already got a bunch of sacks on them today and another quarterback pressure. This offense has to try to find a way to get the ball out a little bit quicker, to protect the quarterback a little bit more. Whether it's screens, whether it's draws, whether it's rolling your quarterback, something has to change for this offense to protect the quarterback a little bit.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
I'll tell you something, in college football, you're lucky if you get 2 interceptions in a season. This guy now has 2 interceptions. In the first half of this game, he's been reading the quarterback's eyes, and he has been everywhere, an absolute ball hawk.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They've had a really productive first half so far, and they'll try to add to it here. Power football with the run. He's going to lose a yard on that one. NC State going up-tempo.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
Trying to pick up a 1st down. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. All they needed was a few inches, and the defense was not having it. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. The holder will kneel at the 24, a 34-yarder coming from the right hash. Nestled just inside that right upright. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Well, it's a good news, bad news scenario. You got the pick, and you would have liked to have paid that off with a touchdown, but because the drive stalls out, they're still happy to get the field goal.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers on this drive.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run play action. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And giving up 3 sacks a week ago, now you've already given up 4 sacks. They got to find a way to protect their quarterback. Give him a little bit more time.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. NC State quick to the line.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play, because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Reads it, fires complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Wolfpack with lots of ground to cover on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the outside. He's brought down at the 44-yard line, and the defense making a play on 3rd down. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Dave.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now, chip into this lead, try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
I tell you what, if I'm this QB, I am ill as a hornet at my offensive line. Are you kidding me? That's the 6th time they've put me on the ground. Dudes, will y'all protect me a little bit better, please?
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Didn't let him get loose on the return, but he'll take it as they have the ball at the 47.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. They missed an opportunity to extend this lead the last time they had it, Jesse.
Yeah, they got to be able to regain that momentum, right? Go back to what was working earlier on in this one. And, David, to me, that starts with being the more physical team.
No, I definitely agree. Being the more physical team, but understanding the situation of the game. You're still winning. You got the football back. Now put a nice drive together and execute.
Bring in the heat. Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This defense needed something to happen to create some momentum back to their side. They've built a deficit. QB's been very comfortable making plays. Exactly what you needed. Put some doubt in his head. Get to him. Hit him. Get physical. They get the sack on this play, and that's just what they needed.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They really needed to get points on this drive to sort of steady the ship. The give to the back. He breaks a tackle. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Now the play fake. Throws for the tight end. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in a season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Mountaineers will punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. Looking to throw on 1st down. They pick it off, and this defense, a much-needed play. Trying to take it back. And a tremendous return will be stopped at the 28-yard line.
And you will always remember your first. And how about that? Breaking on the football, getting an INT, the first INT. Keep the football, brother. The first of many big-time plays for this guy.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half.
Let's go! Let's go!
Handoff from the shotgun. He's stopped dead in his tracks again. No running room to be found. They keep trying it and have had very little success.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Complete to the left. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
He's been a matchup problem all season long. Defenses just don't know how to solve the puzzle. And with that last catch, over 500 yards receiving now on the year for him.
Here we go. Set.
Rides the back and leaves it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Pocket breaking down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
You got to be so careful too, David, because on 3rd and long, they're playing their nickel now. They've got extra DBs on the field. Those windows are going to open and close really, really quickly. And I think that time the quarterback got a little too greedy trying to fit that football in a small window.
He did, and I like the zone coverage too, because everybody's staring at the quarterback, so you can get a really good break on the football, knowing where the sticks are. They break on it, and they get the big interception.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing for a first down. If I get it, then it's pedal to the metal. I'm in that 2-minute mode to try to score a touchdown or get a field goal.
But I do think this is a situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Still some work to do after that last completion at 2nd down. Out of the gun to give to the back. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
Wants to go up top on first down. He'll pull it down. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. NC State might think about going for a big one on 2nd and short.
Set, ready.
After the run, now to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Kendricks. Make the stop at the 40, but he's got 15 yards on that one and a first down.
3 soda.
Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Hooks. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. Quickly to the line of scrimmage, saves the precious seconds, but now they have to decide if they can make this long field goal or if they want to take another shot downfield. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Gentlemen, this matchup on that field there in Morgantown, sign me up for another half. And the undisputed star of the half has been that lockdown corner. The coaches told us how good he was, but I almost think they undersold how impactful he would be. Ultra physical with zero hesitation, and with hands like that, I wonder if they don't think about using him in the passing game at some point. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Mountaineer Field.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. NC State will kick off to start things here in the second half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. West Virginia has it in the offense ready to go to work. When you're facing a deficit like this one to start the second half, you really can't afford to waste a single possession.
Fresh start here in the second half. That's the only way you can look at this if you're on offense. Things did not go your way there in the first half. It starts with one play. To get our confidence going, we just got to get something going early here on this drive.
One play, stay aggressive. Now I think I can be even more aggressive on 4th downs because obviously I've built a deficit. My defense has got to make some plays for me too.
Firing to the right, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. And I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
And coming out in the second half, this offense, they needed to establish this run game. They needed to get something going. They're losing. They've got to find a way to get a flow, to get a rhythm. And so far here to start this second half, defense picking up where it left off.
North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. From the gun, the ground game. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. The Wolfpack with a lot of options on 2nd and short.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. He'll pull it down and run. Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
And on the 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the 1st down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
From the gun, running back gets the give. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Well, just nowhere to go there, and it started in the pocket. It was collapsing. Quarterback felt it, so he tried to get outside, make something happen himself, but give the defense tons of credit. Excellent job in pursuit. They're able to give up no gain.
They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 1st down. Turns it loose deep. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game, so they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that football. Really nice job by the defense being in position to force the incompletion.
Finds his tight end. They'll mark him down at the 40 after ripping off 10. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the 1st down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. You know, don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and of being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. He'll pull it on the read. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After an unproductive first half and opening drive of the second half, the offense finally finding a little something to jumpstart them. They've got a first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field.
And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
The defense is just killing it. Success after success after success. If I'm the offense, I got to change something up, or my quarterback's going to be forced to change because he's going to be in the injury team.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. It's a running room. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass, as it just never developed. The Mountaineers need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Here's the heat. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Forced to just throw it away on 3rd down, and now they face 4th. It's wise not to be too greedy, and they'll go ahead and send out the field goal unit. And this one will be a 40-yard try from the left hash. It's good. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, it has gone final in that fascinating Pac-12 matchup we've been keeping a close eye on. Stanford managed to eke out the victory in a tighter than expected one, and they'll savor this one in Palo Alto for some time, no matter the final score. Pac-12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. This drive will open from the 15. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Offense lining up quickly. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. They'll be forced to kick for the 6th time tonight. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. Out of the gun, the running back has it.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
Finds his back in the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
He's looking to throw on 3rd and short. Got his man down the middle. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I suspect we can see that same exact play. They make it look really easy, running the option down the line of scrimmage, QB making good decisions and keeping them in good 2nd down situations.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Going up top. Got it in stride inside the 20. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. It happens to the best of them. You throw it to the wrong team sometimes, but if you're a real dude, you just keep spinning it.
And this offense is going to go how this quarterback goes, not just in this game, Maurice, but all season long as well. They're going to chuck it, and they're going to throw it vertically down the field and try to be aggressive. You're seeing that from this quarterback here.
They'll give it to the back. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That's a great play by the defense. They've got the lead by a lot here in the 3rd quarter, and the offense is trying to run at them, and they just completely blew that thing up. Big tackle for loss. They've now put him in an obvious passing situation. Expect them to pin their ears back, try to get after the quarterback here.
Back to pass on 2nd down. And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
This poor quarterback has been running for his life. He has never been able to get his feet set, stare downfield, and try and pick this defense apart because he's constantly throwing with pressure in his face.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Touchdown, West Virginia! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. A 67-yard touchdown drive there. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he was able to pick his way for just a few yards, and that'll wrap up the 3rd quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, and NC State has the edge. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. They'll move the tight end. The play action fake. Fires to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. NC State comes to the line to deal with 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these...
Turning it on!
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
And the Mountaineers can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. He's got the back in the middle. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They've crossed midfield at the 45 with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
It's a nice gain, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Rushes on him. He's going to run it. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
You got to be impressed with the quarterback on that last play because he's already been sacked a ton of times in this game. He knows he does not have a lot of time to survey the field, get through his progression. So as soon as he feels a lane to take off and run, he's going to take it. And a really nice job that time, showing off the athleticism and picking up the first down.
There he goes! Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with a 1st down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of 1st downs, and here they come again. This is a designed run. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack from there. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Looking to fire. He's got it. Brought down after the catch at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
And because the receiver was able to drive back to the QB on that curl route against man coverage, he was able to create a little bit of separation between him and the defender, and that was a big key in getting that 1st down.
A 1st down run on the doorstep. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Mountaineers!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line, understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
Setting up for the extra point and the tie. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Arkansas is in front. They've played awfully well today, and while there's no Darren McFadden out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 9 over Jacksonville State. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. NC State going up tempo. He'll run it again. Picks his way ahead. He'll get 5 out to the 17-yard line. Now facing 3rd and short from their own 17. Under fire. Lets it fly. Complete downfield. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Wants to throw on 1st down. Hauls it in. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. And they'll come to the line with less than a yard to go. The inside handoff. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. A field goal attempt from this spot would be 52 yards out. A few yards on third down would make it easier. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They got zero push up front, and they stopped him in the backfield.
That play had zero shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
57 yards out, and he powers it through the uprights.
Man, this guy has an absolute bomb for a leg. You see the contact? It just sounded different. It sounded like an explosion coming off of his foot, puts it through the uprights. There's NFL teams watching this game. They're jotting down this dude's name right now because that is an NFL Sunday leg.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. West Virginia has it, and the offense ready to go to work. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
The Mountaineers with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. They go to the ground. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator because on first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up a throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
Wants to throw on third down. And the rush will get to him at the 25.
And that is a major reason why this team is losing the football game. They can't protect the quarterback. They can't generate big plays in the passing game because up front, they're getting beaten time and time again.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. This offense has it with really good field position. Quick shovel pass.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Still on his feet. Didn't have anything working and just had to throw it away on 3rd down.
And this is why it's so nice to have a guy under center you can trust. You understand the situation. 3rd and long, I want to go get this 1st down, but I'm in field goal range. I got a chance to go up by more than a field goal. Nice job throwing the football away when he didn't see the look he wanted.
It is true as he puts 3 on the board. And now it'll take a touchdown to at least tie them a 6-point lead here in the 4th. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. West Virginia has it back, ready to dive into that playbook. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
Well, you hear about it all the time in football. Go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is...
And here's a fumble way behind the line. And the offense will maintain possession. Son, that ball must be riveted to your ribcage. And the Mountaineers have put themselves in dire straits after that last blitz. And the ball's out, and they're after it. And the offense gets the ball back. How lucky are they? 5 points of pressure, high and tight. Now 3rd and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
And every defensive coordinator in the country will tell you, you want to get them to 3rd and long, obvious passing situations. Because they won 2nd down and they got that big sack, they put them in the predictable 3rd down. They win and probably force the punt here.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. Touchdown, Mountaineers. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
Man, that drive right there is exactly what you dream about. That's how you want your offense to perform. Under a clutch situation, you take the ball down the field, get the score, and now an extra point away from taking the lead late in this ball game.
Just an extra point away from taking the lead late. And the extra point gives him a 1-point lead here in the 4th. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Gonna sling it on 2nd down. Under fire. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. Remember, all they have to do is get it close enough for a field goal here. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming.
Well, they're trailing in this game late. The defense knows it, so they're playing for pass. 2 plays ago, they get the sack. This time, they force an incompletion. Not a lot the offense can do here to catch them off guard. They're just going to have to
Makes the grab, pass to marker. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock.
And you just wonder if this defense now is starting to feel it a little bit. They're a bit on their heels after that 4th down play to keep this drive going. Someone's going to have to step up here and stop the bleeding. They're only up by 1 possession.
On target to the left. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35. And they spike it to stop the clock. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. NC State quick to the line. Every second is meaningful, and they save a few of them with the spike. And they are coming out for what will be a huge field goal attempt. Timeout called by the defense, and there are only 10 seconds left in the game. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Kick is good. The offense has 3 points to show for the drive. They have grabbed the lead in the waning seconds of the game, and they are so close to victory. That last field goal put them on top. They're feeling good, but they can't relax yet. Have to cover this kickoff well. Here's the return from inside his 10. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking to throw on first down. Oh, they're after him. He wants a big play here late. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? They'll decline that penalty. Obviously very happy with the results of the play. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those extra plays, Jesse? That might be the difference in the next game that I play.